Good morning, everybody. This is Robin, and this is Roaming with Rover. Today is Tuesday. Yes, today is Tuesday. So we are just going to visit for a while. I don't have a lot to show you. I have one finished object that I'm very excited about, and I'll show you that in a minute, but I want to give you an update about what's been going on. So we have been moderately busy here at the rig, but not too bad. But we've been having a lot of problems with the power and the water. For those of you who don't know or don't remember, a lot of new, thank you so much, all my new subscribers. I'm so happy to have you here. And those of you that have hung in and followed me along through all of this, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you guys spending your time listening to me ramble on. So for those of you who don't remember, we live full-time in an RV. It is a 40-foot Class A, which means it's the kind that drives like a bus. And so it's self-contained. It has sewer and water on board. But because we are working here on the oil rig in Texas, we are provided our power and our water by the company we work for. And the way they provide that is there's a trailer that is just parked behind our RV, parked behind us, and there's got 3 items on it. On the front of it is a great big generator which plugs in and allows us to run everything on board. In the middle is a great big water tank, and that has a water line into the RV, so we're using their water. Then over here we have a line that goes out into a septic, black tank we call it, and then they come and pump that now and again, and that's where our black water and our gray water goes. So the fresh water comes in from the trailer out back, and then behind that is a great big tank full of diesel fuel, which is what runs the generator. So that's all on a trailer behind the RV. And because of the severe winter weather we had last week, and are still having some pretty cold nights, there was damage basically done to the system. And since last Friday, we have basically not had running water, and I thought we had it fixed. We did. We got it fixed. Yesterday, I was able to take a shower and do some laundry for the first time since Friday, and comb all the knots out of my hair. This hair is the water here is so gross. My hair it just feels like plastic. It's so nasty. So anyway, I got to have a nice long shower, comb all the knots out of my hair, feel human again. And then we get up this morning and we have no water again. It's freezing every single night, and they've taken steps to protect those lines to keep them from freezing, but it's not working. So then you spend the whole day fighting with it, trying to get it unfrozen. It's warming up in the daytime, but not enough to completely take care of the problem. And then freezes up again at night, which then the freezing and thawing causes problems with the pipes, and caused a pipe to burst, which caused the problem in the first place. So fighting with the water, and then the generator, when we had the pipes that broke, the problem that broke with the water tank, they took that trailer out and brought us a new trailer with a new water tank, and the generator was kind of beat up. So they spent a whole day working on the generator, trying to get it working correctly, and it hasn't worked right since they brought it. So every few minutes the breakers pop or the whole thing dies. There's pumps that have to move the fuel from one end to the other, and with this cold weather, there's problems moving the diesel fuel. And so the generator hasn't been working. The generator has died multiple times. Then you lose all your electricity, and then everything has to be reset. And because of that, the systems that keeps the water on board from freezing aren't working right. So it's been a mess. It has been a mess. Right now I have power, but I have no water. Later on I will have water, but I probably won't have any power. So we'll see how it goes. So 5 minutes of rambling in about my power and water issues. Didn't get a lot done. Except for this. Except for this. I got one thing done. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Look. Look what I did. Can you see it? Can you see it? It's completely done. It's completely done. It's a sweater. I did it. I made that. I made a sweater. My very, very, very first. And I really didn't have problems at all. I was down to the last 6 inches on the second sleeve, and my ball of yarn ran out, so I had to start a new ball of yarn on that. And you know, I gotta tell you, I've worked with a lot of different kinds of yarn, as I know you have, and we're always complaining about the knots in the yarn and tangles. Well, and I did have some yarn barf, but it wasn't horrific. It wasn't as bad as a lot of times. But I went through 6 1/4-ish skeins of yarn, and I did not have one knot. Not one place where the manufacturer tied it together while they were making it. Not one. I couldn't believe that. I kept waiting for it. Not a single one. So I was pretty impressed with that. And I am absolutely drawing a blank. Woolies. Yeah, Woolies is what it is. And I was really impressed with it, with working with it. It was great to work up. It was easy to frog when I needed to. It was, it's softish, and I've already run this through the washer and dryer because I wanted to fluff it up. I have a wool cycle, and I did that, and of course we've got dog hair on here because, you know, everything in my world does. So I'll get that cleaned off, and then I'll get that mailed off to my grandson, and I hope it fits. I hope those sleeves are long enough. The only thing I'm worried about is those sleeves not being long enough. But it's done. I made a sweater. I made a sweater. Me. I made a sweater. Okay. I really don't have a lot to talk about this morning. You're probably glad about that. I finished the sweater. I've started something else, but I want to do a whole review on the new thing that I've started. So I'm going to do that in a different video. Working on 2 or 3 cows, behind on everything. I have myself a schedule though. I know I'm a big time list maker. I am forever making lists. Oh, this hair. I'm forever making lists, and sometimes I follow them, sometimes I don't. It helps my brain, I think. It helps calm me. Even as a little kid, I used to make a list of my Halloween candy. I'd separate it all out in little piles, and then I count it all up and make little lists of it all. It makes me happy. So I have made a list and a schedule, a working schedule of all my different projects. In theory, I have a separate day fixed for each project, and that will allow me to keep up with the cows. That's the only way I could think of to keep up with the cows, is just have a set day that I work on that particular project. And as of now, I don't have any hard deadlines on anything. There's one thing that I'm working on that I want it to be a Christmas present. So obviously it has to be done by Christmas, and haven't even started it. I think that's on today's schedule. Today, I don't know. I haven't looked yet. So I will knit and crochet whatever item is on that day. Plus, I've got some time worked in for extras and catching up on some things. We'll see how it goes. It might be 2 weeks from now, a week from now, I'll be going, yeah, that didn't work. That's out the door. But I really wanted to not, I had so many deadlines last year that it wasn't fun to create. And so I don't want as many deadlines this year. Maybe 1 or 2. I have a birthday later in the year that I've got to get something made for. But other than that, I don't want to kill myself with deadlines. And I think you guys get that. I had the weirdest thing happen. Have you guys ever had this happen? I was working on this sweater. I was working on this sleeve. Crochet, crochet, crochet. And then I had somebody, I had to go out and check somebody in. I set it down like I've done 18,000 times before. I walked outside, did my thing, came back in. My hook's gone. My hook is gone. I don't have crevices because, as you can see, I always have to keep this covered with a blankie. So I don't have crevices in the couch for it to have been eaten up. I looked through my yarn bag. I looked through the yarn bag that was underneath of it. I took the blanket off the couch. I looked under the couch. I looked under the chair. I looked next to the couch. It's gone. It is gone. My beautiful purple Furls crochet hook is it's just gone. I have looked everywhere. The only thing I can think of is that maybe somehow it got under the edge of the couch, which I don't know how, because I've got the blanket there in the front to help keep cold from seeping in. But possibly it got under there and then rolled to the back under the couch. No idea. So then I had to search and search and search for another crochet hook. And you guys know different brands, same size, will work up differently. So I had to try to find another Furls hook in that same size. And on my list, because I have a list, on my list it said I had another one, but I keep my hooks with the project and I didn't know which project it was with. So I found it and I worked it up and it worked up perfectly fine, exactly the same. You cannot tell the difference at all, thankfully. Can you imagine getting down to the last 6 rows and having the hook give you a different size? It would have been awful, awful, awful. But anyway, it worked fine. It's done. Have no clue where that Furls hook is. And you know those are too expensive to be losing. Luckily it was the pretty purple acrylic one, not the expensive metal one. So maybe I'll have to buy another one. They've got some new colors. Ooh, I'm being good. I'm being good. I'm sort of being good. Anywho, we're gonna call it. I'm just babbling now. I cannot believe I can't find that hook. It baffles me. It just baffles me. So I will continue to search for the hook. I will get this ready to mail off. And I've got a couple of videos I'm going to be showing you. Oh, no, I'll tell you about that in a separate video. I've got a surprise coming up. I'm really excited about it. But I don't have all the details in front of me. So, yeah, I'll wait and do a separate little real short video and talk about that. So that's it. We're going to call it a day. Please like, please comment. Tell me what you think about the sweater. I'm so excited. Were you guys this excited when you finished your first wearable? Wearables are scary, and especially doing it for somebody else. But now I'm done. I got my first wearable done, and I have 2 more on the hook in my unfinished objects, my UFOs. So you'll see those get pulled out down the road. And like, comment, please subscribe. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.